You know what I was just thinking? As a young man who doesn't think much, but too much, ultimately, this mental illness thing, I think, needs to evaluate a premise which we all share, which sometimes the weakest of us bring up, and for the best of us all. But ultimately, we truly have become in a position where I think it's clear when we try to label things, we can't really place our finger. It's an untouchable thing because every time it's so interwoven and personal to an environmental situation, you can't really ever referee without the interwoven, underwoven premise to stay together. Somehow our minds just don't connect. But uh, ultimately, I want to come up with the movie theory. In our minds, in our dreams, we play into these movies, these situations where we, like the Wonder Years, have inner monologue or sporadic bursts of thought and judgment and interweave a sense of untouchable but sensible premise to sort of guide one through such variance of disturbance instead of just saying, well, he's moody, let's, you know, cut off his mood kind of attitude. Um, through modern pharmacies, at least. Um, the better we can keep that type of stuff a short term solution, which it originated as, the better off we are, I think. But, we got to think critically, ultimately. And finding ourselves within these movies we make inside our heads with so much entertainment flashing before our eyes, news, everything. We have to sustain a premise, a dialogue, which allows us, without a premise of identity, to objectively sense as a human being in a culture civilized to be families, neighbors, lovers of interwoven life force. Uh, you know, I don't know what that means. It stays monotheistic in premise because of the love nature to synthesize uh, how to calm that. But is it already real? Is that what I'm missing by not being such a strict Christian? I don't know, but I feel like modern psychology is a better solution for this. So, how I could develop this theory like a modern psychologist to understand how to respond to the inner monologue, however jeopardizing, uncertain, and uncontrollable it might be. Could I begin to develop as a psychological philosopher uh, to integrate, you know, a situation I'm in? It's rare somebody with such clarity over the matter, with so much disability mentally, uh, has the ability to kind of be stuck in the hole, to sort of speak through a little hole what's going on down here. And ultimately, um, I think there's a lot of scientific benefits in that because I don't want anyone to be treated savagely. This is never endingly over the last century come out of such savagery that you wouldn't even believe. But let's not go there. So let's just keep making it better. But now we're in the chemical savagery, and we need to get out of it. We need to get back into health and discipline and supplements and integrating better solutions to get therapists on the table instead of drugs.